Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Football Frenzy, the channel that keeps you up to date with the latest football content. In this video, I will be going through my predictions for the last 32 knockout phase. We're already there. We're in the knockout stages now. I've been eagerly anticipating the last 32 phase actually, so I'm glad we're finally here. It's about time. So I'll be going through my predictions and who I think will qualify. So I'll give a score prediction as well for each game. So for the first game, Germany-Paraguay, I do think Germany will win quite convincingly, actually. I do think Germany are going to win this game. I'm going to go for 2-0 Germany. I do think it'll be quite comfortable. I've not been that overly impressed with Paraguay, if I'm being honest with you. France v Sweden, yeah, I think France have been probably the best the team of the tournament if you go off the knockout phases. To be fair, they did have quite a tough group as well. Of course, they were the best team in that group. But yeah, and Sweden, of course, they've conceded a lot of goals, haven't they? I know they've got Gyökeres at Isak, but defensively they're all over the place. So I do think France will win. Maybe Mbappe will get closer to Messi in terms of the goals as well. I do think actually in terms of Golden Ball predictions, I'm going to change mine to Messi now, because looking at Argentina's route to the final, they've actually got a pretty decent running. So I fully expect Argentina to at least make the semi-finals, but a bit of a spoiler there ahead of my predictions. But there you go. So France, Sweden, I'm actually going to go for France to win this game 5-1. I do think it's going to be quite comfortable. South Africa, Canada. This is a very interesting tie. I wasn't overly impressed with South Africa, but to be fair, they got over the line in the last game. I think it might have been against South Korea, but yeah, they got over the line, didn't they? They won 1-0. And yeah, this game, I do think Canada will win. I've been quite impressed with Canada, to be fair, in the group phases, and them having the home crowd as well plays a massive advantage for them. So I think Canada will win. I'm actually going to go for quite a comfortable score, and I think Canada will win 3-0 actually. So it'll be quite comfortable, that game, in my opinion. Netherlands v Morocco. This game's on, if you live in the UK anyway, this game is on very, very late at 2 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, and it's on a Tuesday night as well. So whoever's got work the next day like me, I think I might just sleep in to watch this game, because I don't think this is a game that I can miss personally. I don't think highlights is going to do it justice. I do think this is going to be a good game. This is a tough one. It is a really tough game, because the Netherlands, to be fair, in my predictions, I quite dismissed them, so I want to apologise. They have actually been really good in the group stages. And this is going to be a tough game. I do think Morocco have had a really good tournament so far as well. I know last game they conceded quite a few goals, didn't they? But I think once they have Boadi back, they'll be fine. I think this is the first game, which is really tough to call, but I think this will actually be a 2-2 draw, in my opinion. And I think it will go to penalties. And after that, it's a tough one. Penalties is one of them. When Arsenal faced PSG in the Champions League, I generally thought Arsenal were going to do it, but it didn't turn out that way. It's just whoever can hold their nerve in the penalty stages, but in the shootout. But I'm just trying to think who's going to win. Who's the players on each side who've got good penalty takers? I mean, Netherlands have got the likes of Gakpo. They've got Gravenberch as well, who's played for Liverpool. They've got Memphis Depay as well. Morocco have obviously got Saibiri, who's on really good form. They've got Boadi as well, who maybe will take penalty, although he's very young. They've also got Hakimi as well, who's got the experience in the Champions League final as well. I'm not sure if he took a penalty in the shootout, but they have got that experience. You know, I think the Netherlands will win on penalties. I just think they may have a bit more quality and a bit more nerve in the penalty shootout. So I do think Netherlands will qualify and face Canada in the round of 16. And the other round of 16 tie is Germany v France, which is looking really juicy for the round of 16. Portugal v Croatia. I've got to be honest, I watched the whole game last night. I wasn't impressed with Portugal against Colombia. I thought Colombia were the better team, and arguably they should have had, well, I say arguably, it was an injustice actually to Colombia that they didn't get that goal. I thought that was onside, and I can't believe that goal wasn't given, actually, the one that defeated Sanchez scored last night. So I've not overly been impressed with Portugal, and I did actually predict them in my World Cup predictions to win the whole thing, but I think I'm going to have to reanalyze that now, because The performances they're putting in so far haven't impressed me at all. I know they had that game against Uzbekistan where they scored quite a few goals, but apart from that, I've not been overly impressed. But I do think they will qualify against Croatia. I've not really been that impressed with Croatia either. I do think they have an aging team compared to that team they had in 2018 final, 2018 World Cup where they made the final, should I say. But yeah, I think Portugal will win this game. I am going to go for 2-0 Portugal. Spain v Austria. Yeah, I think Spain will win this game, but Spain haven't really clicked into gear yet. They had that one game against Saudi Arabia. I thought, well, that head spun kind of spun a bit, and we thought, you know what, Spain may turn up now. And then they had the game against. I'm just trying to remember now. The last game that they played was against Uruguay. That was it, against Uruguay, where they just won 1-0 and Baena scored the winning goal. Nico Williams is injured as well as Yeremy Pino. I think Nico Williams being out is a massive blow. He was really key to them winning the Euro 2024, the whole of the Euro 2024 competition as well. He was really good in the final as well, where he scored against us, unfortunately, England. Austria have been decent as well. They've managed to get through to the group, which is really good for them. But for me, I think Spain will win the game. I do think they'll win this 2-0 as well. And I don't think Spain have conceded a goal, actually. So, and then that sets up a last 16, really nice last 16 tie for Portugal v Spain. So we're having some nice last 16 ties here. We've already got Germany v France and we've got Portugal v Spain. So it's been set up nicely, these last 16 ties. The next tie, USA versus Bosnia. Yeah, I think USA are going to win this, to be honest with you. I think USA have been quite impressive, to be fair. I've been shocked how good they've been under Pochettino. But Pochettino is a really good manager. I mean, the hater in me wants to say he's not, because obviously he's kind of like Spurs' best ever manager, isn't he? But he's done a really good job so far. And Bosnia did well to get through their group, but I just think USA will be too strong for them. I do think USA will win this game as well. I'm going to say 3-1. I think 3-1 USA. Hopefully Balogun can get on the score sheet as well. He's been really impressive in this tournament so far. Belgium v Senegal. This is a really another juicy tie, isn't it? Two teams that I can't really split. I do think this will end up being a draw, in my opinion. I think another 2-2. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go for. Like Netherlands v Morocco, 2-2. And on penalties, it's going to be on penalties again, isn't it? I think Belgium will qualify on penalties. That's what I think. I think Belgium may just have a bit more quality on penalties. So yeah, that sets up USA v Belgium. Then on we go to Brazil v Japan. Wow, what a tie. What a tie. And I've been impressed with Brazil. I did say in my predictions video, I won't be surprised if Brazil make it to the final. I do think they have a lot of quality there. The first game they played, Igor Thiago, he was really poor, and I'm not surprised he's been dropped. And Cunha's been phenomenal since he's come back into the team. Obviously Rafinha's injured at the moment, but they've got Ryan, who's a really good player, who had a good season at Bournemouth. And obviously Vinicius Junior, he's doing his thing at the moment. He's been one of the best players of the tournament, in my opinion. So Japan as well. Japan are always a threat. This is what I mean. This is a really good tie. It's a tough tie, this, because Japan have been equally impressive as well. They had that big win against Tunisia. They drew against Sweden. And they also drew against Netherlands as well. They've been unbeaten. So both teams are unbeaten. There's not much to split between these sides. But having said that, I do think Brazil will just qualify, in my opinion. I do think Brazil would just have a bit more quality. I do think Japan are missing a few key players as well. Like, since this tournament started, they're missing Matoma. They've missed a couple of other players as well, like Minamino, who used to play for Liverpool. But yeah, I think Brazil will just edge it 2-1. I do think it's going to be a really close game, but I just think Brazil will have a little bit more quality on the day, in my opinion. And then next game is Ivory Coast versus Norway. There's some really nice ties, isn't there? Some ties that are really tight, and I think in my head, like, who's actually going to win these games? But I actually think this is going to be a high-scoring game, I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. Both sides have got real good attack quality. Ivory Coast with Diomande, he's been absolutely awesome so far in this World Cup. And then Norway, obviously, you've got Haaland, you've got Odegaard, you've got players that can cause real problems in the attacking side. And I think both sides defensively are not great, so I do think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I was going to go for another draw, but I think, having think about it now, with the fact that Norway have got Haaland, I think they may just edge this one. I'm going to go for 3-2 to Norway. I think it is going to be a high-scoring game. And yeah, I just think Norway may just have a bit more in terms of attacking quality. So yeah, that sets up a really nice tie for Brazil v Norway in the last 16. Some really nice last 16 ties. Mexico v Ecuador, well, it's a good tie as well, isn't it? Ecuador had that phenomenal win against Germany. I've been really impressed with Ecuador footballing wise. They just don't have enough threat in the final third, and I think that's why they're just about qualified in the end, just because they don't score enough goals. And Mexico have been absolutely awesome, haven't they? It's a tough team to crack, especially at the Azteca. This is a tough game. It is a tough game, but I think given the fact that Mexico have home advantage, I am going to go for Mexico to win this. And I think it's going to be a really close game, actually, this. I think it's going to be a really close game. But I think Mexico will win this. I'm going to go for 1-0, actually, a 1-0. I think Ecuador will struggle to score. Even though they create loads of chances, I think they are struggling to score goals. And Mexico have been phenomenal so far. So I think 1-0 Mexico. Ecuador don't concede that many goals usually, so that's why I think 1-0 seems like a suitable scoreline for this game. England v Dr. Congo. Yeah, I think we should get through that. If we can't get through that, then we don't deserve to. We don't even deserve to be in the knockout stages if we can't beat Dr. Congo. So yeah, England to win. We had the win against Panama yesterday. We weren't overly impressive, but we got the job done, and that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, we just need to get the job done if we want to win this competition, and that sets up a really nice tie between Mexico and England. That's going to be a tough tie for us. I can't lie, that is going to be a really tough tie at the Azteca as well. They've got their home crowd, and there's some really nice ties here for the last 16. Argentina versus Cape Verde. Yeah, I'm not going to waste too much time with this one. Cape Verde have been absolutely awesome, haven't they? They have been really, really good. I mean, the fact that they got second place in their group, which contains Spain and Uruguay, they've been absolutely awesome. But I do think the journey, unfortunately, is going to end. I do think Argentina will be too strong. I can see Messi getting a couple of goals. I think Messi will get the golden ball as well. I do think he'll be player of the tournament. And you'll see why, because they've got quite... And well, with all due respect, compared to the other sides like Portugal, Spain, England, and France, they've got a much easier route to the final with all due respect. So I do think Argentina will win this game and go through to the last 16. Australia v Egypt. I am going to go for Egypt. Have done well to get through, to be fair, but I think Australia as well, they've done really well. They're in Turkey and USA's group, but I think Egypt will qualify. I do think they'll have a bit more quality with Salah, Marmoush, these players. I do see them qualifying this game. And for the last two ties, we have got Switzerland, Algeria. I want them to do well. Riyad Mahrez. And Switzerland, of course, they've got Granit Xhaka, although there are rumours that he's going to Chelsea, which I can't lie, I'm quite divided on that. Yeah, I obviously don't want him to go into Chelsea, but to be fair, he is 33 now, and he is free to do what he wants to do. He did have a really good career at Arsenal, in my opinion. Won us the FA Cup, had played for us for quite a few years, gave his all. And if he goes out, I wish him all the best, but of course I don't want Chelsea to do well, but him personally, I wish him all the best, because he was a really good player for us, and he did stay with us for quite a few years, so yeah, I wish all the best for Xhaka. But for this game, I'm going to go for Switzerland. I do think they'll be a bit too strong. I will go for this game, Switzerland to win 3-1. Apologies, I didn't give predictions for the last two games. For Argentina, Cape Verde, I will go for 3-0 Argentina. And Egypt, Australia, I'll go for 2-1 Egypt. And Colombia v Ghana, wow, that's a really nice tie as well. But I think Colombia, I've been really impressed with them. I have been so impressed with Colombia. Especially last night, I watched the full game between them and Portugal, and they were by far the better side, in my opinion. They were really good. And you look at players like Luis Diaz, James Rodriguez still going at his age. They've got Munoz as well, who plays for Crystal Palace. He's been really impressive as well this tournament. He scored a couple of goals. I've been really impressed with Colombia, and I do think they'll win quite comfortably against Ghana, in my opinion. Ghana have done well. They've looked good defensively, but I think Colombia will be too strong. I do think Colombia will win 2-0, and that'll set up a last 16 tie between them and Switzerland. And that's my last 32 predictions. So just to confirm again, these are the last 16 ties, given the picks that I've chosen. So Germany v France, that's a really, really nice tie this early on in the competition. Canada v Netherlands, Portugal v Spain, one of the last 16 ties that I've got. You've also got USA v Belgium. And then We've got Brazil v Norway, which is a really nice tie. Mexico v England. Wow, that is really tough for us. I think that's going to be a tough game. Argentina versus Egypt. Actually, I'm just thinking there it's Messi versus Salah, isn't it? So that's going to be quite interesting. And Switzerland v Colombia. But thank you for tuning in to my predictions, guys. Please stay tuned for more content. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please post on the comments as well your predictions for the last 32. But I'm out, guys. Peace. Thank you.